Hello, friends. I'm just fixing this. There we go. Let's see. Sorry I'm so late. I don't even know if anyone's here. Oh, Daniel's here. Hi, Danny. There we go. That was the last thing that I didn't get to do. I had to restart my entire computer right when I was supposed to be hitting go live because OBS decided to crash and it would not work. We couldn't do anything. It was crazy. So I had to restart the whole thing, so sorry. A little later than I wanted to be, but we're here. We're good. Let's see. Just want to move this a little bit. Sorry. Like not as tight as I would like it to be. Will it stay? Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, hello Daniel, hello Donica. How's everyone doing? Daniel got his new game today. He made a new card game. Let me fix this too. And it came in the mail. So he has officially got 2 homemade games under his belt. I know I feel like I'm telling a scary story. I hate this. Is that better? I feel like it's too... I'm gonna go turn off that lamp up there. That's the problem. Oh. Girl. There we go.
Excuse me?
What?
You have a very demanding boy right here.
Goose is such a gremlin. I'll just
You're
put
a
him
demanding gremlin.
that one. Come here. Come here, my little baby. My big fat baby.
Meow.
You have to sit here.
Meow.
You want attention? Now you got attention.
Yep, you got the attention you wanted, right?
Look at him, he's trying to get away.
Dude.
Goose, goose. Goose, goose.
Goose, goose.
You have to stop crying. You have to stop crying. You have to wait 1 more hour for dinner.
1 more hour.
It's a whole nother hour. You have to wait. I'm sorry. You see his little face right now? Squish. He's done nothing but complain all day. He's been kind of a nightmare. He keeps yelling at me like I'm gonna give him food if he yells enough. And he's
Come on, baby. Good boy.
so annoying. Earl is a perfect angel. There's Earl back there.
Look at this little cutie.
Yeah, you're a perfect baby. Earl threw up all of his food yesterday. So I'm surprised he's not the hungry one. Danny, or Vince. Danny says hello. I don't know if you heard. You might have to text him. I'm probably covered in cat hair now. Anyway, I was supposed to be doing school today, but instead I made my vision board for the year because I finally got a bulletin board. So I spent all day working on that instead. It was really smart of me. Now I have to catch up tonight. Donica says hi too. I don't know if you can hear him. He said hi back. But yeah, so I'm actually way behind on stuff. I'm behind on stuff from yesterday when my mother decided that she wanted to go to this really cool thrift store. If you're on my Instagram, you would have already seen this. But on my Instagram, I shared what we got or what I found. There's this cool thrift store that is only for teachers. So like you have to be registered as a teacher there in order to be able to go. But I think like a few times a year you can bring a guest, like 4 times or something. So my mom will like very occasionally bring me or my sister along. And I went yesterday and I had the best luck ever. I got someone's like entire collection of embroidery floss. It's so much that I still need to organize. And then I also got, what else did I get? I got like 5 or 6 skeins of like unused, really nice, just like loose and threads, but the big bulky ones. 5 or 6 skeins of yarn. I got a chess set that is a vintage. It's from like the 1940s and it's beautiful, kind of like mid-century modern look. I looked it up on eBay. It's worth like 150 bucks and it was just in a bin. So I grabbed that. And then a bunch of office supplies. I'm gonna tell Vince that Amazon's here. I can hear them outside. Hey, hon. Sorry for the yelling. He's literally outside the door, but he has headphones in, so he can't hear me. Yeah, I feel like I usually have pretty good luck, and I think it's because I don't go super frequently, so when I do go, I can just, like, feel like I can get whatever I want, because I've earned it. I, like, have not been spending a lot of money already. There he is. You can see the... Fabuloso. I got a I got a shoe rack. I have like all my shoes are still in a box and I really need to be able to access them. So like yesterday I needed to find shoes to wear, which means that now they're all outside of the box in piles. So like, okay, it's time to get like a rack or something. But Amazon had one, the kind that I like that matches the one that we already have for like 25 bucks. And then it was like delivery today with $25, shipping was $25 exactly. So I was like, excellent. And then it's supposed to come like between 5 and 10, and then it just came at like 3:30. So that's kind of nice. It was like super early, so I'll be putting that together tonight. Okay, back to this. I have not touched this since last week because I have been trying to get through Wind and Truth, the new Brandon Sanderson book that is 1,300 pages long. It came out at right before Christmas, actually. But I am still... Usually I'm a really fast reader. Like, I'm generally a fast reader. But this one is just... It's kind of kicking my butt. It's just kind of slow. Slower than I expected it to be. I'm very invested, obviously, but, like, it is slow. And it's making it hard to, like, read it for really long periods of time. And also, I've just been busier than I've ever been before in my life. See, is the warmer light better? Oops. Ugh. That's scary. I hate that. Never mind. Oh, shoot. I gotta go get my iPad with my pattern. I forgot to grab it. BRB. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, and when I'm reading, so that's what I was saying, Wind of Truth. When I'm reading, I can't embroider. I should just listen to it instead, really. I did start listening to Midnight Sun, so. I actually am already. I'm trying to, like, because Wind of Truth is taking me so long, I don't want to fall behind my reading goal, so I've just been, like, listening to books and reading it at night when I can read. In bed, and then I knit while I read. So audiobooks are good. I just haven't had time to do all of it. Like if I'm going to relax at night, it's been like reading for an hour or two while knitting instead of stitching, which is just more intense. Ugh. But I think I'll actually start counting stitch time towards work hours, which I haven't been. Because why not? I also actually... I'll switch this. My mom found some pretty affordable craft fairs that we might go do. Just for fun. I don't like this music. And find more like this. Find similar. Like it gave me like 4 results. Never mind. Dreamy. Sorry, I'm trying to find music that doesn't suck. Okay, it's fine. What was I gonna say? I keep forgetting what I was talking about. I was talking about knitting. And stitching. Oh, craft fairs. So my mom found a few craft fairs that we might want to do. And that means that I will need to do a lot of stitching very quickly to have stuff ready for that. Which I'm okay with. I'm not complaining about more time doing crafts. But yeah, it's like, you know, like $200 or something for like a 10 by 10. My mom has a bunch of stuff that she would have ready to sell. And I do too. So I thought that would be really fun. Let's see. D550. Ooh, we're starting a new color. I love this color. It's just so pretty. So I do need to switch to more audiobooks. I know Spotify only has like a 10-hour limit. I looked for Midnight Sun other places, and there was literally like 150 people in line on hold for the audiobooks at the library. So that's a no-go. And I don't have Audible. So I did see another one, Hoopla, something like that. I think there's another library one that I need to look at, but I didn't have my library card on me, so I couldn't sign in at the time. Anyway, I do have resources that I haven't found yet for more audiobooks, but I have kind of struggled with audiobooks because it's just harder to find them, I think, than printed books. And I am faster. I do a better job reading than I do listening. Like, for books that I really need to pay attention to, like the Fifth Stormlight Archive, I really, I just don't want it to be something that I skim through. I want it to be like something that I'm really paying attention to, because a whole bunch is happening and it's like the end of an era. But for something like Midnight Sun, it like really doesn't matter. It's just Edward's stream of consciousness thoughts. So I can like totally listen to that. It's just finding it. And Spotify is the only one, so I put it on 2.5 speed, so hopefully I can get through in 10 hours of listening time. What would I sell? I'm thinking, well, first of all, needle minders. I did get my first 2 totally custom needle minders ordered, which is great. Which I'm very excited about. So they are in the works. The first one, the Grimm one with the teacup, should come in a couple weeks. And then the other one will come in like early February. And then I have a bunch more to do. I'm just kind of like doing one every like few days to kind of pace myself with the cost of it. Because it is a couple $100 each time I'm ordering them. But so I would sell a bunch of those, obviously, because they're just ready to go and they're cute little like in-person products for people to buy. I'm gonna turn this down. And I was thinking I'd really like to move into doing like kits also. Sorry, I'm trying to. Yeah. I would love to do like, I've always wanted to do kits, like sell them on Etsy, but I didn't have the resources or the space to do that before in the van, and I do now. So I feel like it's just a matter of like figuring out which patterns I would do them for, because it is, you know, you have to like source everything and make sure that you are buying the correct amounts of everything. Sourcing embroidery floss is a little bit tricky. Sourcing fabric is probably the most tricky. In France, I would just go to, like, most fabric stores had Ida, and, like, that's actually just how I would buy it. Like, they didn't have individual cut pieces of Ida anywhere in France that I could find. So I would just go to the fabric store and get, like, a yard or two and then a cut into it to use it. So I'm hoping I can find, like, something like that. I need to put this. This is too hard to do without eyes. So I think I might try to find yarn or a fabric that way. I need to like research that. But then it's just like printing out the PDFs that I already have onto like poster size and like the instructions and stuff. Like that's super easy. I already have everything ready to go, and I have everything. I have all of the PDF patterns like in vector form where I can print them bigger so that they can just be like one nice big like thin, you know, foldable poster size. Just like you'd get in any other pattern that you would buy, any other kit. So I think that would be really fun. Hoops are easy. Embroidery floss is just a matter of like frequenting Michael's during sales often enough. It's pretty easy. So I need to figure out which ones I would do, but I think I would really want to do like start doing kits and sell kits also on Etsy. But they would make a great craft fair thing, I think. And then I would just have like stitched examples to put up as decor in the booth, because otherwise it would be a very sad booth with no decorations. But that means I have to stitch all of them up. So I gotta get moving on that. But yeah, I think needle minders and kits. And then I just want to expand my needle minders on Etsy also, because they are still really good sellers. My pattern sales have picked up a lot on Etsy, but needle minders are still, they just make more money because it's, you know, 3 times the cost. Or 3 times the revenue, rather. It's not really even revenue, because some of it to a lot of it, depending on the minder, goes back to like me having to repurchase. But hopefully that will come down with me buying them in bigger bulk. But it is good revenue. And I do think it would be fun to like do like kits that people can buy. I've had several people over the years like ask me if I do printed patterns, and I haven't, but I think that I would like to. And then like have a needle minder as an add-on. Do it like for $8 instead of $12 or something with a kit. Be kind of fun. I don't know. I think mostly I just love putting things together into kit. Like they're just like the doing it and making it cute is like what's exciting to me about it. I think it would be, I think I'd be able to sell it for a decent amount and like, you know, be bigger profit margins than needle minders, which is good. But I don't know, it just sounds really fun. So, that's what I really want to move into, I think. Sorry, I feel like this is like so blown out. But I don't really know what to do about it. But yeah, sorry, I feel like I'm super rambly. It's because I have just been working by myself in here for hours, and now suddenly I am talking. I've been on my own, thinking deep thoughts. Let's see if I even need... Yeah, I still kind of do. That's better, though. Just turning the lights down a little bit. Even everything out. So it's not so blown out. Yeah, what are you guys up to? Are you working on any new projects? I am almost done with my cardigan, finally. The cardigan that I've been working on for ages and ages and ages. I am so close to being finished with it. I actually need to pay attention to what I'm doing. This is very hard to see on black. I need to sit closer because I am blind. Let's see. And then I already found another cardigan to make after the one I'm finishing because my friend Jackie sent me a picture of hers that she had just finished, and it's so cute. So working on a crochet blanket and dishcloth. Nice, nice, nice. I met the cutest little lady in the craft store yarn aisle the other day. We were just commenting on all of the yarn, and she was saying that she like sells her mostly dishcloths at little markets and stuff, and she has like regulars that come back to keep buying them. And we were just talking. She's just a cute old lady, but she was super like with it and very like, you know, active. And then she told me she was 82, and you would never have known. Like she's like, you know, I'm 82. My doctor says that the reason that I don't have arthritis in my hands is because I'm always doing crafting. And I was like, well, great. I'm going to tell my husband that and give me more of an excuse to do it more. I did not tell her that I already literally have arthritis since I was 14. But it is good. It is still good for me to like keep moving because joints get stiffer when they aren't being used. So like the advice is still good, but it was funny. I was like, I literally have had arthritis for more than half my life. But hi, Madison. I'm gonna start working on a few patches of my college's logo. Cute. Oh no. Okay, not so cute. Sickness is not fun. Is it the same sickness that's been going around? Because we got the worst cold that my little brother woke up with on Christmas Day and gave to all of us because we couldn't quarantine him because it was Christmas. So he was just with us, coughing and sniffling all over us. Was it that one? Hopefully. I feel like colds are better than stomach bugs. Those ones are horrendous. Donica, finally organized your yarn. The same thing happened to me with cross-stitch projects. When I like got them all out and put them in one place, I was like, oh boy, I have so much I need to finish. I'm kind of overwhelmed by it. I will say that my instincts for selecting patterns are good because they all look good together. And like once I finally finish them, they can all go up on the walls in this house and they'll be great together. Like they'll be so cute. It's just doing all of that. So bad. Ooh, I did also find some really nice wool yarn at that thrift store yesterday too. Oh no, stomach issues. Dang it. I was hoping it wouldn't. Hopefully it's not too bad. The one we caught a stomach bug like literally the week that we got here back to Arizona from like being in California all summer. The week that we got back, the first Sunday dinner, my sister and one of the kids came over because they had started to feel better after the bug that they had. And then the other kid and the husband stayed home. They were still sick. So like, obviously they still were very germy. But yeah, they came over to my mom's house. And so then we all got sick. And it was like the worst stomach bug I have had in years. Like I spent 2 days straight just sitting by the toilet all night, all day. It was horrible. Like it was so bad. And I lost 20 pounds because I didn't get my appetite back until probably like last week. Like it was a whole month of just like, no, month and a half, 6 weeks of like not feeling like eating. It was so bad. Donica. Oh, Madison. College classes. Yeah, I started January 1st. I'm doing online, so I can start whatever I want. But yeah, January 1st is when my classes opened up, and I have definitely been moving slower than I wanted to on them. Ouch. I'm so sorry. I wish you all the best. You got this. It will pass. Have lots of electrolytes. Get good sleep. Donica, problem is when I see a new pattern online, I want to start that one. Dude, literally, that's what happened to me. So this cardigan that I've been working on since literally the summer, I was moving really slow on it in the van because things just get put away. It's hard to get them back out again. And now I can just like carry it with me everywhere. So it's been moving a lot faster now. But this cardigan, I need to finish the last front panel and then do the sleeves. And then, and then Jackie sent me that cute picture of the cardigan she finished. And I just spent like $37 on brushed alpaca silk blend lace weight yarn to go with all the fingering yarn that I'm going to use for it. Mary, hi! I missed you last week. How are you? What are you working on? How are you doing? Donica, yeah. It's bad. I feel like this year's especially bad. I don't know why. Madison, I was thinking my stomach was just empty earlier. That was why, but I'm so glad I didn't eat. Yep. Yup. And now you know. Eat so slow. Make sure you drink enough stuff, though. Even though it's gross. Like, even if you know it's gonna come back up, still drink fluids. Because otherwise, you will end up hurting your stomach more. That's what I did. I just like I was so sick. I just literally couldn't eat. And I think that's why my appetite disappeared for so long because it just really messed up my stomach. I've still had more frequent stomach aches after that bug than before, which is annoying. Mary, good. All right, back on the substitute teaching grind. Nice. Cute. Little Airways pride flag. Nice. Work on it with me. Sorry, my camera is like so... It might just be crooked today, guys. I don't know. I might give up on trying to figure it out. It's being so weird. And I don't know. I don't know how to, like, make the angle just right in this setup yet. Never catch bugs that are floating around. Oh, see? You're lucky. My immunity is good, but the problem is that I have an autoimmune disorder because I have arthritis. Which... When you have childhood arthritis, it's autoimmune. It's not based on obviously like wear and tear of the joints like old person arthritis is. This is like your immune system attacking your joints thinking that they shouldn't be there. And sometimes it can also include attacking your eyes because it thinks they're not supposed to be there. So you have to get extra like eye exams to make sure your eyes are healthy too, which is very annoying. No problems with eyes yet. I just have bad vision. Normal bad vision. But anyway, so like when I get a bug, it just takes forever and ever and ever to go away, like to get out of my system, because my system is pretty much always compromised and trying to fight itself. Which is something I really rarely complain about, but it is so annoying to know that like everyone else is going to have a cold for 3 days and I'm going to have it for a month. Yeah, it's not something people talk about, and I feel like arthritis in general is a really like invisible disease, unless it's really severe where you have to walk with like a cane or your joints are just like completely swollen. You really can't see it. So it's not something that anyone ever notices about me. It's just the main thing really is that it's just my immune system is jacked up. And I don't even think about it that often either. I feel normal, and then every once in a while I'll be like, oh yeah, that's why I'm still sick. It's just, I think I just am so used to it. I'm kind of sick all the time, in some ways. I have bad allergies too. Mary, best friend had a horrible bout of pneumonia. Pneumonia is horrible because it just gets so in your lungs. Pneumonia is the worst. That's how my mom ended up in the ICU from COVID, is because she ended up with double pneumonia. She's fine now, but really did a number on her back in 2020. Brother has multiple sclerosis. Yeah, same thing. Multiple sclerosis is a lot more visible than arthritis is, and usually more severe. Arthritis doesn't have all of the like comorbidities and stuff that sclerosis does, which is good. But that is rough. I think some of the worst pain I've ever had is when I had walking pneumonia. Yeah, I don't think I've had true pneumonia. For me, it's like things don't get so much worse. It just takes forever to get over them. Like it really will be like Vincent will have a cold at the same time as me and he'll be good after 3 days. And I really will be like very stuffy for like a month. So it's just like, it's not like a horribly worse symptoms. It just lasts longer. So I think I've gotten lucky. I haven't, oh, you know what? I was out of school for 3 weeks in 5th grade with a sinus infection. So there's that. I missed all the state testing that year. I have no state testing for my 5th grade year because I missed the days of state testing and then I missed the makeup days too. So I've had a few. I guess I've had a few like that, but I think that was a sinus infection. I don't think that was pneumonia. I don't think I've had pneumonia. I don't think. I've just had all the normal ones. Can't tell if it's the backing music. No cats purring. It must be the background music. This one is very beady. And now that you pointed it out, I kind of don't like it, so I'm gonna switch. He's 25. He caught it when he was 23 and caught it super early. Good. That's really good. I feel for anyone that has to deal with something that is lifelong. You just know it's not going away. It's a big fat bummer. Smooth jazz? Do we like smooth jazz? I really don't. I can't do jazz. It's too slow sometimes. That is good that he is not too unwell. Let's see. Do you guys do vision boards? I literally at least do a Pinterest board every year and then I proceed to like not look at it for the rest of the year. But I just love doing it. I think I'm a collage queen. So I love doing like collagey things. But this year I got that, it's backwards. I got that bulletin board on the wall and we just finally got our printer up and, well, actually we had to buy a new one. We had this really great, it was like a good inkjet, like EcoTank Epson printer that we really like. It is pretty economical. Like the ink's really economical, lasts a long time, and it prints really well. But the one that we had was sitting in storage for 2 years, and we did everything we could think of to like unblock the lines. Vincent downloaded the software to like hard reset the printer. We got the printer cleaning, like head cleaning solution. We tried like flushing it with all whatever anyone said online to do, and we just could not unstick the black ink line fully. It was like still blocked. So we ended up having to buy a new one, but we ended up buying the exact same one because we liked it so much. So we just got that up and running like yesterday or the day before. I was finally able to print out all of the pictures that I wanted to put on my vision board. I think they're not fun if you don't have any big plans for the year to look forward to. But this year I feel like is so structured for us in ways that like it hasn't been for a long time. Sometimes like really like the second year of van life, I would say, was pretty like nebulous. It was kind of just like more adventure. I didn't really know what was going to happen. And then it ended up being a way different year than we planned because we didn't even end up going up the coast like we planned. We just ended up being in SoCal. So like then vision boards are not useful in those situations. But this year it's like I have school to get through. We have that wedding in May. So we're like, I haven't flown on an airplane in 5 years and I love traveling. I just haven't flown. Post-COVID, and then we moved into a van. So we were driving everywhere. So like this year I get to fly to New Orleans in March and then I get to fly to New York in May. And I just feel like I'm so excited for some of those things. Like really, really excited to do some of that again. So it's kind of a fun year for a vision board, I think. I also just really trying to like reset all my habits. I haven't really had any habits. Do you draw the eye to cloth for patterns? I make my own patterns. If I'm doing someone else's, like if I'm doing a kit, then I just look at the pattern that they give me. Usually it's paper, or I print it out so it's paper. But I have my iPad here. I'll show you. This one is one I designed a while ago. Mary actually bought it, so she's working on it too, which is kind of fun. You know Chapel Roan. This is her Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club song. It's one I designed a while ago, but I haven't had it up on my shop for very long. That this P I already did. That's why it looks different. But but yeah, it's cute. So I'm just working on it so that I have it to take pictures of to post on my Etsy listing. I actually really do love this pattern a lot. I'm happy with it. I think it's really cute. I just want it to look like a neon sign. Nice, Mary. You're moving faster than I am. I literally just have so too many projects. Oh, and then, guys, I got the most exciting opportunity. The contract's not signed yet, but I can still tell you about it. It's... Okay, so... they're sold everywhere. They're like these little cross-stitch kit sets. They're usually like branded IPs like Game of Thrones, The Office, Hello Kitty, Harry Potter. There's like a bunch of them. They come in the little like cardboard, square box when they're 4 little patterns and 4 little hoops for like a 3-inch kind of pattern, like cross stitch. And I know I've seen them at Barnes and Noble. There's a bunch of them. Anyway, the publisher of those little cross stitch kits contacted me to do patterns for Twilight. They're doing a Twilight themed box, and Twilight's my jam. So I was like, abso-friggin-lutely. So I'm so excited because they're really simple patterns. Like they'll be so quick to design. The 3-inch hoops, super easy to design, limited color palette. So it'll be quick to do, and I get my patterns like published in like legit in stores, in Target and Barnes and Noble and Walmart, all the places. So I'm super excited about it. So I'm gonna have to stitch those up also, because they'll pay me an extra $300 if I stitch them up myself to for them to photograph and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. That was a really fun thing. I have so many ideas because there's so much you can do with Twilight. I would have done the Harry Potter one too if they had found me. They'd found me before they did it. I would have done Harry Potter. But yeah, so that's really fun. I got an email for that this week and worked out the details. So I will be stitching those up, and I probably won't be able to do it on stream, but I will probably make a video and then like post it when the thing gets published. You just have to ignore him. Goose is still young.
I was on the couch. He literally would jump on my lap and just...
Here, show the people this little menace.
Show the goober.
Donikar and Daniel already saw. Goose. I know, it's so hard. It's so hard to be hungry. He's the most patient cat.
BB.
He's so patient.
BB.
Such a good boy. Hi.
Goose, I got a question for you.
Is it time? Goosey, is it time? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Did you forget the taste of food? Are you starving? You're wasting away? All 16 pounds of you?
You want to eat? You hungry?
Oh, I have cat hair all over this now. Awesome.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Earl, are you
It's our
hungry
fault
too?
for having white-bellied cats.
You hungry?
Yeah, we force him to wait, and we feed him the appropriate amount, so he hates us about an hour before dinner time.
Just cranky all day long. But his brother should...
He's just been nonstop today, too. He's been so annoying. I don't know, I know we're feeding him enough. Barely, because he needs to lose another pound or so. But we are feeding him enough. He's just annoying.
Patient dude.
Mary. Would you take him away, please? Because he's been yelling at me all day. Yeah, there's Earl. Oops.
Do you hear
There's
him?
Earl.
He's scolding
They're
me because I'm
brothers.
not moving fast enough. Goose.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. I could hear it. He is yelling at you.
Goose. What, you decided it's right now? We're having food?
Okay, get him out of here.
Alright.
Earl will come running too. Shut the door after you. Well, just crack it so Earl can come out. Earl will come out when he hears the food. There he is. There he goes. He knows it's dinner time too. Yeah, they're fun. They're cute. They're annoying, but they're cute. Mork and Mindy. Amazing. Pinto. Those are all great names. Ours were named by their foster mom. Their foster mom had a gray, female cat named Jin. And she took them in at 4 weeks old and had them for a month before we adopted them at 8 weeks old. And since she already had a gray cat named Jin, she named them Earl Grey and Grey Goose, other drink names that were gray adjacent. So they're the Grey brothers. And we just kept their names because we liked them. We thought they were fun. So Earl and Goose, Earl Grey, Grey Goose. Party Cat, Posh Cat. Yeah. Mary, did Pinto sneak into your pantry and rip into your bag of cat food with his little teeth and make a big mess? Did you find bags of treats dragged underneath furniture and demolished? He's been so naughty because we put him on a diet. So incredibly naughty. The sad thing is that Goose literally never has stomach issues either. Like he will he'll eat all kinds of stuff that he shouldn't eat and he'll be fine. And then if Earl even eats like a few too many blades of grass, Earl will barf it up. Like goes. We have to put baby locks. Yeah, that's if we didn't have like high places that we could keep things with doors with handles, then we would have to do the same thing. But luckily we have enough space like in the laundry room and in the pantry to stick stuff so that he cannot get to it. If we forget to shut it though, that's the problem. Bread and bagel. We're so lucky that our cats are not interested in bread. They go so hard for butter. Like if we have like any of our cast irons, if we cooked with butter and like leave our cast irons on the stove, you will find them like on the counter licking the pans. Obviously anything fish related they're obsessed with. I made like a spicy tuna salad once. I just add like a little bit of like the Trader Joe's peri peri sauce. It's kind of spicy. It's orange. It's so good. I add that to my tuna and make it like a spicy tuna. And one time I swear I put the Tupperware lid on before I ran to the bathroom after making it, but I came back and Earl's just face deep in this spicy tuna. So they love fish, but otherwise it's like dairy. It's dairy all the way with them. Like they're obsessed with my shave. Like I have a shaved ice machine, so I'll make like Hawaiian ice all the time with like Torani syrup and like heavy cream on top. And every time I use heavy cream, they're just like on me. Like they will not leave me alone. Oh, Madison, save the kitty. There's a stray cat right outside in our apartment complex. That's so sweet. It's another gray and white cat, just like ours. And it has started to sleep on our like front door mat. And it's not underfed, like it's wiry, but it's not like totally malnourished or anything, but his paws are so dirty. And I just feel like that's like such a good sign that like it's a stray. It's not like a feral cat, because feral cats know how to keep themselves clean, and strays with their little white paws get so dirty outside, and it just like really breaks my heart. And he or she, I actually can't tell which is which. He doesn't have any prominent male features, so it's probably also fixed. But doesn't have an ear tag or anything. So I think it's a stray. But he'll just like sit right here. This is like a door to the patio, and he'll just sit on the patio and stare through the window at Goose and Earl. It makes me so sad. So I want to rescue it too. Madison, I don't know where you are. I'm in Arizona, so no snow, but it actually has been freezing temperatures at night. So it has been colder than usual here. This is why I always swore I'd never live in Arizona, because I actually do love snow in general. Oh no. This happened last night too. I think it's just allergies, but I have a tickle in my throat. Yeah, it's cold in Indiana and Illinois. I've been to Indianapolis once. We really liked it. I have not been to Chicago, though. I still need to go to Chicago. I know that's in Illinois. Illinois? Oh no, I said yes. If I start to have a cough right now, I'll be very upset. Mary, I think warm is relative when you're talking about Newfoundland. What is warm to you? Because we have had 80-degree days all winter long. It just finally hit the 60s, like the 60s and then down to the 30s at night, because it's a desert. So it like, the temperature swings are huge. So it'll be like 33 at night and then up to like 75 in the day. But there's been a few 60-degree days that were like, wow, I get to wear a sweater and not be sweating. We actually do need to go up that way. My dad has friends that live in Michigan, I think. But they go sailing all the time on Lake Michigan. And like he has said, well, how magical it is. So we actually have had plans. I think we actually would have done that this summer if we had stayed in our van. But then, alas, school became an opportunity that we had to take. So here we are. Mary's 7 degrees Celsius is so cold. It is all relative. Okay, Mary, as someone who works in the metric system, when I say Fahrenheit degrees, do you know what I'm talking about? Because Vincent had to learn, because, you know, Europe, like, no one uses imperial in Europe, but I feel like Canada's a weird mix of things. So tell me if you are familiar with Fahrenheit, the same way that you guys are kind of, like, familiar with all of it in other areas. Okay. I wish we just all used metric. It'd be so much easier. Especially now that I'm married to a European, it's like extra confusing. Anytime we're talking to his parents trying to like describe something, I always have to like do the math really quick to like be able to explain it to them. Warm enough for rain instead of snow, which is what I count that as. Funny. Portugal's my favorite weekend vacation place. Cute. Okay, add it to the list. See, I only have a few states that I haven't been to. I only have a few more to check off my list before I've been to all of like the continental 48. And Michigan is one of them. So I'll be heading up that way at some point. Probably we'll do a road trip. When we have enough money to have cat sitters or like rent a van or something. Which is not going to be in the next 2 years, but maybe soon. Once we're both into our like fancy tech degrees where we're making triple what we're making now. That'll be so nice. You know, kind of the vibes. Okay. 32, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Exactly right, Mary. Okay. We're making progress. Need to check off all these stitches. Move pattern. Okay. Let's see. I think other than that, something just moved, but I don't know what it is back there. I must check now. Is there another Amazon drop off? Is it a ghost? No, there's nothing. I swear I just heard something move back there. Oh, I know what it was. It was my tripod case, because I did not put that on the floor. Now it's on the floor. Okay, that was spooky. It's fine. Everything's fine. Fall is your favorite season. Depends on where I am in the country. Fall in New York City is like, oh, could not be better. The best fashion, because you get to wear a light coat, but you don't need like a puffer jacket. And you can kind of wear whatever you want in the fall in New York City, and the leaves everywhere are so beautiful, and it's like the perfect weather to be sitting outside at all of like the outdoor restaurants, and all of the really fun winter markets are starting to kick in. So fall in New York City is my favorite, but here in Arizona, fall like doesn't really exist. Like it's still hot into like through Thanksgiving usually. So fall here is not fun because like it's usually still too warm for any kind of sweater like at Halloween. So it just like doesn't even feel like fall. Here in Arizona, winter is definitely my favorite season just because it's comfortable outside. And like it's warm enough usually to drive with windows down still, but like it still feels like a different season. And then the rest of the year is just warm, which is why we always said we'd never live here. And I can't even tell you actually how much I'm dreading the summer. The like late afternoon sun comes in through this door, these sliding doors, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do sitting here at my desk? I might need to get like bigger curtains or something. We're gonna see. So I'm not super looking forward to that. But at least California's only a few hours away, so we can escape if we want to. Go do a surf trip or something. Where else have I lived? Utah. Utah summer is really, really nice in Utah. It's warm, but it's not unbearable. And there's a ton, there's like every city in town in Utah has like summer fairs that are really, really fun. So I like summer in Utah. This year, California, I would say summer in California too. It's just everything's open longer hours and there's just more tourists. So it's like, it's just more busy and fun. No, spring in California, actually, because that's when the beaches aren't too crowded, but everything is still starting to open up. I think spring in California. Fall in Georgia was really fun because there's so many farms, apple picking and apple cider breweries. And Halloween's really fun. The leaves are beautiful in Georgia also. We did summer in Maine, and I loved summer there. That was like one of my favorite summers ever. Maine was really fun. I don't know. I've been so many places now at different times of year. It's like almost hard to remember all of them. Kind of crazy. In France, I would say also that like spring, summer is my favorite. Because again, things are open longer hours. The sun goes down so late that like you can just be out all night. It feels so fun. And the restaurants all opened up. You can sit outside and eat every day. And the fashion's really nice. It's again not too hot. So like you can kind of still, like I used to love to dress in just like trouser pants and like a light top and really cool shoes and like a beautiful leather bag in France. And I just felt so like stylish, and I felt like I fit in so well. And then also there's just so much to do and walk around and see, and there's all the tourists. And they're usually from other places in Europe, which is also cool. It's like different kind of tourism than in the US. So I really liked France for that. How about they just not get along with me either? Yeah. Mary, I grew up in Arizona. Like I have had 115-degree summers my entire life. My birthday is June 28th, like the hottest part of the year. And I still don't handle the heat well because my entire like lineage on both sides is like from Europe. Like most of my mom's and my dad's on both sides, they're from like the British Isles. So cold, gloomy weather is what my body is built for, not Arizona heat. Parents are going to France in June. That's so exciting. Do you know what part they're going to? Because there's very different recommendations depending on which part of the country they're going to be in. If it's Paris, I have plenty. If it's like the Mediterranean or Côte de Provence, I have plenty of recommendations. Côte d'Azur, like further down towards Italy, I have good recs. Nice, anything like that. Just let me know. I know what, actually, Vincent has he has a really good, Google map that he just, like, sends people who ask for recs because he asks all the time. I wonder if he, let's see. Paris. What kinds of things do they like to do? I have some good, like, not the Louvre, museum recommendations. I have tons of good restaurant recommendations, obviously. If they feel like getting outside of the city a little bit, Versailles is, really fun to do. And then what they like to do, there's so much to do. And it's such a big city that, you kind of have to like pick a neighborhood and just do a few things in the neighborhood because it is huge. Sorry, I'm going out drinking. Have so much fun. I do not blame you at all. If I got invited to go out drinking with my coworkers, I would be going too. Have a good night. Harry, whatever, anything, not afraid of being touristy tourist. Okay. Well, the Louvre is fun, but if they like other, let's see. Musée d'Orange it has good, let me see if they still have, there's a couple other museums that are really, really fun. Let's see, Musée de l'Orangerie is good for modern, like 20th century art. So like a lot of like recognizable, really good art. I would recommend going to that one. It's only open a few, like certain days of the week. So you have to kind of plan for it, but it's totally worth going to. And not a lot of people do it. Let's see. And I also really loved the Orsay Museum. Musée d'Orsay. It's right across from the Lingerie. That one is fabulous and also smaller. So like they have a lot of Van Goghs at Orsay that are amazing. So I would recommend those two. Like skip the Louvre if you like don't need to see specific art there and go to those other two museums instead, and you'll have like a much better experience because the Louvre is so nuts. Unless you like must see the Mona Lisa, then enjoy. But it's like, you know, I will say, I am an art major, right? I mean, now I'm a data analyst major. I was an art major. And, yeah, do the lingerie also. It's so good. Or say if she loves Van Gogh, then she'll have a great time there. If they only can do one, then do the Orsay. But lingerie is another good one. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, as an art major, I actually really do love Da Vinci, like so much. But the Mona Lisa is not worth the experience of the Louvre. It is just so crazy all the time. Let's see. Okay, here, let me show you. So every one of these green dots is a place that Vincent either recommends or one of his clients has recommended to him. So there's plenty of things to do. There's like almost too much. I should just share this list with you. Most of it's really good restaurants. I'm trying to see. I actually should probably turn this list off because all of it is clouding up what I actually like. Let's see what I have saved in my hearts. Ooh, yes, you have to do the Opera House. So many people don't know about, it's called Garnier, but it's the Opera House. If they don't have that on the list, then they must add it immediately. It is the most spectacular building I've ever been in, and we actually just even stumbled onto it. It wasn't on my original list of places that I like had to see the several times that we went to Paris, or at least the first time we went on our engagement trip. I didn't have that on the list, and I was like blown away by it. It's so incredible. So definitely make time for the Opera House. And then I probably will just send you the list of restaurants because there's so many of them. It's nice because there's ones in like every neighborhood. Let's see. Yeah, literally so many. I'm overwhelmed actually. Okay, and then if they want to go to where we got engaged, it's Parc de Buchamont. And it used to be a rock quarry is what it originally was. So it was like built down into the earth. And now it's like the most beautiful park you've ever seen. It's so, so, so beautiful. And it has this like pillar kind of island in the middle with a gazebo at the top. That's where we got engaged. But it is just the most beautiful park. It's so serene, and there's just these big grassy hills. I'll type it into for you. All right. Let me double check that that's the right spelling. I'm pretty sure it is though, because I've typed this in a million times. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's spectacular. And my pronunciation is trash. You probably have much better pronunciation. Coming from a partially French-speaking country. But yeah, there's a really good restaurant in this park also that's really beautiful. But definitely, if they want to take a break from the city situation, go to the park. It is lovely. Let's see what else I have saved. The Sacré-Cœur, do that. If they're up in like the Montmartre area. That one has a really, it's just like a building up on the hill, but it has a really cool like elevator system that's the same cost as the subway. And if you get an unlimited pass, actually it's included, and you can take that all the way up to the top, which is really fun.
I was about to go work out. Do you need anything before I go?
No, I'm good. When do you want to do pizza?
After my workout?
Okay. Perfect.
And I don't know if you saw my text.
Yes, I did. You're going to play Helldivers tonight.
Okay.
Excellent. Oops.
Okay,
Vincent's on a Helldivers kick with both of my
I mean, it's
brothers.
just like your brother is going to be available up until March, and like we want to play with him as much as we can.
Yeah. I don't know if Daniel, if you're still listening, but have so much fun. I'm the best wife. I don't even care what you do.
I don't care what you do, so it's kind of like reciprocal, right?
Yeah, there you go.
You can do whatever. I mean, if you could turn the camera around and show the masses how much yarn you have in this house.
You don't want to see. No one.
I think they would like to see it.
I will feel too bad. I lost my.
Oh, you mentioned Paris.
Yeah, they're Mary's parents are going in June.
Fun.
Just giving a few recs. What's your most favorite restaurant in all of Paris?
Oh God, that's a hard one.
I know. Pick one.
Well, I got
our list is. Your map is overwhelming.
Yes, but I can at least navigate it. I mean, there's that one place that Chris recommended to us that looks really good. I haven't had a chance to try it. It looks really good.
What was it called?
It's called L'Avant-Comptoir du Marché. The four counter of the market, basically, it's called. It's near the Jardin du Luxembourg, and it's like a.
Got that, Mary?
Yeah. Like basically, like on the south portion of Paris, like right past the river. And it is kind of like a wine bar / butcher shop. It looks so good. If not, I would say.
Yep. Vince got the good recs.
Say.
There's too many.
There's too many.
Okay, Mary got it.
Like,
good.
What are they looking for?
They're open to anything. They don't mind being touristy.
They don't mind being touristy.
I recommended like the Opera House,
Yeah.
Parc de Buchamel, and what else?
Robert et Louise, like Robert and Louise, basically. It's like kind of like an old-fashioned steak place. It's like not stuffy at all. Like they cook steak on the fireplace, literally.
Fun.
That's a fun one to try. You have L'Escargot. If you want to have escargot, you have to go to L'Escargot.
Is that where we went?
No.
Or did we?
We just got it at like one little
random place.
But L'Escargot is where it's at. Like you get so many different styles. What else? It's
fine. You don't want to like.
I mean, like I'm just gonna give
too many options is overwhelming. Mary's writing them down as you go.
Write that down.
I know. My aunt and uncle, the ones that we spent a lot of time with in Carlsbad last year, they also went to Paris last October. So we were just talking with them about it. But they were doing like a tour, like a boat cruise down the river and then stopping at different parts of the city. So they had like a little bit less free time.
Do you know where they're staying by any chance? I'll give them something close to where they are.
Yeah. Do you know what neighborhood they're going to be in? Lifetime French education. Yep. Great. Thanks for not getting mad at my horrible pronunciation. I know
no
you
clue, I
don't
don't think
figure it
they've
out.
big yet. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, so maybe more center.
Yeah, center.
Well, this cargo is pretty center. Oh, the blue train, le train bleu. Yeah, that's a good one. It's kind of touristy, but it's honestly just for the vibes. It's on the second floor of the Gare de Lyon station. And you okay?
Yeah, I know. I'm just not doing good at getting this thread in here.
Yeah, it's on the second floor of the Gare de Lyon station. Honestly, my descriptions cannot do it justice. You gotta watch some pictures of it. It's really cool. And I think that's a good place to start.
Excellent. So there you go. There's a bunch of ideas. I'll have a great time. Paris is just so beautiful. You can almost just walk around all day and pick random places to eat, and you just have a great time no matter what.
You really can't get it wrong. Like, it's just like the vibes, honestly. And there's
especially
like,
coming from North America, you're everywhere.
There's like
fun.
So many places that are not even on anybody's radar. Like
yeah.
you could
little
just pick up any random little beast hole, but like tables outside. Like the menu looks good. If you see some people in there, that's good enough for me, honestly.
Yeah. We also like we haven't had that much experience with a lot of the like wine and stuff there, so we don't have as much in-depth knowledge about some of the kinds of stuff to do that have to do with French wine, which is kind of an important part of French culture. Because we haven't been there together since we are not Mormon anymore.
You'd be happy to know that next time we go, I have so many like wine bars and
I know, I'm excited.
Wine cellars.
We're gonna drink wine all day long.
We
don't have to turn down the limoncello at the end of meals.
There's like one place not far from your Chaumont if we want to go there, called Cambuse, Cambuse. It's like a wine bar / tapas bar. So like you're just like classic wine bar with like walls of bottles.
Oh yeah.
It's just like fun little things to eat.
Nice.
It's really cool.
It's exciting. Have a good workout.
All right.
Okay, I'm just checking off stitches that I did not check off. Excellent. Yeah, we get excited about recommendations. We like sharing things. We're definitely not gatekeepers. All of the recommendations. I have other places that I have better recommendations for, I think, because I was never a tourist in France. I just lived there. So I have all like my favorites, and I have some of the bigger things that we did, but it's like New York City where it's just like stuff that's local that I love instead of like the things that are easier to recommend to people who are just visiting for like a week. Other cities and other places in Europe, I have more from when I had more, like when I was doing more research to plan trips. I just didn't really have to plan trips. I just got to go and do whatever I wanted. And then we haven't been back in 5 years because COVID, which was never the plan. We were supposed to go back to France at least like every other year, but I have not been back since I left in 2018. So it's actually 7 years for me now, which is so crazy. End of 2018, so really like 6 years. But still, that's like way too long. I'm like a whole different person than how Vincent's family knew me. It's gonna be weird going back. Tattoos and a nose ring. His grandmas are gonna hate it. Both of the cats are in here. Now Goose has stolen the seat. Goose, Goose. Hi, baby. His eyes are glowing. Anywho, what else is new? Not much. Nose ring hating grandmas can stuff it. Yeah, it was a little bit of adjusting time for my family, but they're good now. They don't really care anymore. It did take a while though. And every time I'm like blowing my nose or anything, my dad still goes, oh. Like he doesn't know. Like how he thinks like it hurts or something. It's like I literally forget it's here all the time. I can't feel it at all. It was my easiest piercing healing situation, that's for sure. And I always tell my mom the best part about like a septum piercing is that literally whenever you decide you don't want to have a nose ring anymore, you just take it out. You don't have a scar that anyone can see. Like, it doesn't even matter. But I don't know if I really can't imagine a time where I would take it out. I don't think any job I would have would require it. Not in 2025. You have 0 piercings? Like not even ear piercings? I got those, like my parents got them done for me. I shouldn't really say I got them. I was barely a conscious human. But I got them when I was so little. I just don't even remember getting them. And then I got second piercings in college as a point of rebellion. because I was at BYU and Mormons don't have second piercings, but I did. Never got them. It's gonna get yours pierced when I was 7. Oh, those guns actually are terrible also. Like now as an adult you can choose to go to a nice tattoo shop with a good piercer and it's way more hygienic, way more precise, and hurts less. Guns just like they just like rip through your skin, and then like an actual piercer is gonna do it like so gently and carefully. It's so much better. Yeah, I got my second piercings done just like at Claire's. Like I was literally like 21 years old, 20 years old, something like that. And yeah, they did the guns, and one of them is way closer to my piercing, like my first piercing, than the other one is. So like they're very uneven. Luckily, I just have like I have an extra like helix piercing now, so it doesn't even matter. Like they all look the same. Spacing doesn't really matter, but it did bother me when I only had 2 on each ear. But they just like they just can't be that precise when they're doing it with a gun, which is gross. I did get I think really lucky with my septum piercing. My tattoo artist in New York, she had really cool nose rings, and I had said, oh, I've been really thinking about it. And she's like, do it with the piercer here. He's really great. He did all of mine. And I was like, okay. And I didn't even think about it that much. The very next time I went to her for like my next appointment, which I think was a week later, because I think we were doing this vine at the time with these fairies. So like we did the first half and then we did the second half. And the very next time I went back, he happened to be there that day. It's the only time I ever saw him in that studio. Of all the times I went, many, many hours spent in that chair, is the only time that I saw him was that time right after we had that conversation. So I said, should I just do it? And she's like, yeah, do it now. So I just literally at the end of a long tattooing day, I also got my nose pierced kind of on a whim. So I really didn't do a lot of research. I just like, I had the recommendation from her, and he was covered in piercings. So I'm like, well, he definitely, has done them plenty, or had them done to him plenty. But then like later on, I ended up on like the septum piercing subreddit, and there's like so many horror stories of people like with badly placed piercings, where it's like it's uneven, like whatever direction, or it's too far forward, and your nose skin just literally like pushes the piercing out of your actual face. Or it's too far back and they nicked the cartilage, so like it takes way longer to heal and it hurts way worse because you have like that middle part of cartilage in your nose, and you have to like I'm gonna explain nose anatomy. Basically, you have like your nose, which is like the outside skin, and then you have like this cartilage that goes like this, and you will have to get the piercing right here, like before it hits the cartilage, but also deep enough in that it's behind the like main skin of your septum, like the middle of your nose. And yeah, so apparently that's like a really hard spot to get just right so that it looks balanced on people's faces. Like there are so many bad piercings. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, I got so lucky. Because I feel like mine is perfect. Like it sits perfectly, it's straight, it healed perfectly. I can't even feel that it's there. You can't see it at all. Like some of them are placed way too low, and like you can see them in people's nostrils, which is like not a cute look. You can't see like where it goes into my nose at all. So I think I just ended up getting really lucky because I haven't had a single issue, but so many people's look so painful and bad. So now like I totally recommend getting one if you want to get a facial piercing, because you can't see it when you take it out. Like the hole is inside your nose, so it's no scarring, which is great for people who just want one for a little while or whatever. But now I tell people like really do your research. I used to just be like, yeah, get it, it's easy. And now I'm like, guys, go to a really good piercer. Make sure they've done lots of septum piercings. Make sure that they like feel like he really like felt all around inside my nose to like figure out exactly the right spot. Make sure that they do that. I give people a lot of disclaimers now after seeing all of the horror stories. But otherwise, it was quite literally my easiest heal because that skin heals really fast anyway, and it's not exposed to the elements the same way that like ears are. And it's not cartilage takes a lot longer to heal. That's why like this one up here, my little one, that one took a full year to like not hurt anymore. A full year. I just have an entire winter where like every time I put on a hat, it would like, irritate it just a little bit. And then my body would react by sending just a bunch of blood to my ear, and then it would be like so hot. That happened every single time I wore a hat all winter long, one of my winters in New York. It was so annoying. And then the other two on my earlobes like weren't as bad. They're just uncomfortable to like sleep with when they're healing. I think that's how I ended up. I've been a back sleeper for like the last decade. I was always a side sleeper as a kid. I have a knot right here that's super bugging me. I was a side sleeper as a kid, but now I'm a back sleeper, and I think it's just from healing my ear piercings because I just had to sleep on my back for like so long. Dang it. Okay. I didn't even notice this knot, and now it is a problem. Let's see. I think I'm only 2 stitches in, so maybe I can tighten it up. Bet I can. Yeah, I actually would. I really want to get more piercings on my ears. I've always wanted to get more, but they're so, like, tattoos are so much easier to heal. So I've been putting it off, and now I feel like I'm 30. I don't know if I want to get more now. I do really want to get more tattoos in general. Okay, yeah, this is the right one. Let's see if I can get it. So hard because when you've stitched over it, I think I'm gonna actually just see if I can undo the last few stitches instead. This is too tricky. I have really small earlobes. Yeah, I don't know if you can see them. I only wear little tiny like silver hoops. This one's like one that like it clicks into place. You can't even, there's like no beginning or end to it. And all of these ones, they're really easy to take on and off, but they're like permanently in there. I wear them. I never take them off. I never took them off to like surf. I shower in them. I occasionally will take them off just to like make sure everything's clean, because like otherwise things kind of build up and that's gross. So I take them off occasionally to clean them, but I just leave them on. That's the only really way I can do earrings. It's too much work to take them off and on. I have a bunch of really cute earrings, and I have some really nice like kind of heirloom jewelry that's like beautiful silver and stuff from my grandma's, but I never wear it. Can't tell if this is the right one or not. Dang it, no it's not. I'm struggling. We're gonna figure this out though. I have to fix it. Yeah, having these permanent hoops in are the only way that I do it. I think it's because I also wear so many rings. It's like I could not do earrings and like take on and off earrings and rings every day. I also leave my rings on except for when I'm showering or like working with bread dough. Otherwise my rings also stay on. I'm just too lazy. It's too much work. And then every time I forget them, because they just are like so much a part of me at this point, every time I forget them, it's like I feel naked. I hate it. Okay. Ugh. One more. Oh, I need to put this back on. Go patch down. Shining. Get it done. I'm gonna try to move through this pattern quicker also, because I think I need to do a couple of the Taylor Swift ones in case I end up doing that that market with my mother. I need to have some other pattern stitched, not just this one. I think I would put this one as a kit. It's a great one for a kit because it's just not too many colors, but I need to do some ones that are more like Mother's Day friendly also. And I think a couple of my Taylor Swift ones are very Mother's Day friendly. So I need to take a look at my catalog and see which other ones I want to prioritize. I'm pretty sure I have all of the thread for all of them, which is kind of awesome. Am I doing this wrong again? We shall see. Yes, I am. Awesome. I know how I stitch. I don't know why I keep second guessing it. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, maybe I don't need to. Let's see if I can just tighten it from here. Maybe I can. Yeah, okay, we fixed it, everyone. Thank goodness. Oh, you know what? I just realized I am doing this wrong. I need to take this out anyway. I forgot I need to bring these 2 stitches in. I accidentally stitched over them last week. You mean the song about feeling welcome in your car-friendly home? Exactly. Taylor Swift is much more neutral. I do think there's probably a lot of like fun and funky moms that would think this is rad. Like, it's just not my mother. And so I'm kind of basing at least some of the crafting population in Gilbert, Arizona off of people like my mother. So I feel like if I was in New York City, like absolutely. If I was doing it there, then I would totally do this one. And all of my cool witchy ones, but not in Arizona. There are a lot of cool people here, but definitely it's like a little more counterculture minority than mainstream still. Your classic white suburbs, which is why we never wanted to live here. We'll be in California soon. We just keep telling ourselves we're being so smart, we're being so brave to choose to live here for a couple years before we can move. Like, what a privilege it is that we get to choose where we live. We're so lucky. And that makes it a little bit better. And I do gotta say, I am loving just making a home. I'm feeling really happy in our apartment. I think we have like a good system down. I kind of really like that Vince and I are on like opposite ends of the house. Because we, it's nice to like choose to see each other or not. It's almost like we're at work. And then we like come and say hi to each other. There we go. Ugh. Okay. Thanks, Mary. It is true. I just know everyone's issues are like relative. And ours are pretty minor. We are pretty freaking lucky. We did work really hard and we sacrificed a lot, but people work really hard and sacrifice a lot and don't get what they want also. We are just lucky that in this stage of life we did. And it's a great opportunity to give back more, which I love to do. So that makes me really happy. And I am feeling so good about just having office space. Like, it really is so fun. I'm feeling so super inspired and excited to like really ramp things up. Because I just had to like, there's so much I could not do in the van that oh my gosh, I cannot thread this. I'm just like, I still have a really hard time with concentrating. I'm used to my day being broken up more into different parts. Just living in the van, it was that naturally, like anytime we needed to move someplace, okay, take everything down, take a break, you know, it's a good little like reset moment. And I just don't have that. I just have the whole day stretched out in front of me. So I'm kind of, having to like build structure into my day, which is just hard for me. As an ADHDer, I really, really, really struggle with routine and I really, really desperately need it. So, it's been hard. I am not going to lie. It has been hard. I have not felt really great about how much I get done some days. But the flip side of that is just that, like, I actually am still getting a lot done. I have to rip these stitches out, which is always painful. It will be okay. Let's see. We're doing great, folks. I'm really doing so good. Let's see. Why does this not want to? I have to turn it over. Let's see. Take a look. Mary, everyone feels like that, I think. And I think that it's less a matter of like looking at results and more a matter of like feeling like you have done yourself proud. At least that's what I have decided for myself, is just like, I have to really let go of like comparison, because I'm a different person than other people, obviously. And like, I'm going to be able to do different things each day than other people will get to do. And some days will be harder for me than they would be for other people. And I just like have to be okay with that. I was telling Vincent today, he's starting, I think like the Heart 75 or something. He wants to try to lose about 40 pounds, which he's been wanting to do for literal years. He just hasn't really been able to have the structure to do that, and like being in talk therapy at the same time and stuff like that is good. But I was telling him that like I am struggling with feeling like I'm not getting nearly enough done. But I also have to keep reminding myself that like I'm like what I'm doing is more than what I was doing before. And it's just different. Got a job offer for tomorrow. I didn't want to take it because it's music. I mean, that makes sense. I think there's some times where like hard skills are necessary. And if you don't have them, then it's okay to like know what is like wise or not. I do think that it's good to get out of your comfort zone, which is what I really have struggled to do a lot. Like at this point, after working for myself for so long, like the idea of actually going to an office and working is like kind of scary. Like I'm really not looking forward to that when it happens. But I know that like once I'm in a job, then I'll feel so happy. But right now it feels terrifying. Like I'm not looking forward to that at all. Let's see if I can get these stitches. But it's just, there's a balance for sure. Okay. We did it. Let me see if I can get these threads pulled to the bag. This is not recommended. My own fault for not paying attention. Let's see. Yeah, it's just, I think it's a real like balance of not being too comfortable, and also like it's hard when it's like your job isn't just you, it's like you're teaching. So it means that you're like there's other people that are dependent on you and your skills. So I think it's a little bit different than like something where it's just like, it's not just a new thing. It's also like, you know, there's real world consequences. Like if you don't feel like you can teach the material well, like I totally get that. I wouldn't take it either if I was nervous about it. Okay, I think we are good. I just need to see if I can like stick this down or if I just need to cut it. You know what? I think I can just, I might be able to stitch it. Might be able to stitch that little extra thread away. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Tell me if you're the same. I know for myself, I'm someone who, like, I think I was an achiever as a kid because I'm smart. Just like I can figure stuff out. That sounds so pretentious. You know what I mean? I can figure stuff out pretty easily on my own. I always have been able to do that. That's like one of my strengths. I really struggle with time management and with like follow through. But that was easy to kind of just deal with, like in elementary and like junior high school. That was an easy thing that it was easy for me to just skate through school. Even though I struggled with those things, like I could do a big project the night before and still have it turn out great. But like as an adult in work, you can't do that. And so it's been a real learning curve for me to figure that out. And you don't get the same kind of praise for doing it well, but doing it last minute, you know, like it's easy to kind of like not cheat, but just like kind of coast your way through on like school assignments. But like that is not how real life work like works. It's actually like you actually do have to know what you're doing in real life, doing real work with real, you know, real world consequences. And I feel like that was a hard learning curve for me. And it's a reason that I really struggled in college the first time. What did I just do? Hello? Oh, I did it backwards. So it's been like, it's tricky. I have a really hard time like setting goals and sticking with them for myself. I don't have the same, this is how I know I am very ADHD. I have all the markers because like I just like that dopamine hit of finishing something is something that I don't really get. I do get a little bit of like a dopamine hit from completing things and getting praised for it. You know, getting like 5-star reviews from products that I made that I really like is a little bit of that. Getting like a bonus at work always felt good for like the 5 years that I did insurance billing. But like my self-motivators are just not very good. So it's really hard for me to like sit and work on stuff, even though I know it will be rewarding later. Feels good. It feels good to do good work. I just like, I really have a hard time just sitting down and doing it because I just do not get those reward feelings the same way, which is so incredibly frustrating. Yeah, same, Mary. I think that's why it's taken me so long to figure out if I wanted to have like a serious job / just serious degree in case I need a job. It took me so long to figure out what I want to do because I think I could tell already that like it was going to be a real struggle for me to like stick with something that I wasn't really invested in. And I just couldn't, I had a really hard time getting invested in anything for a long time. I like really struggled with that. And now, quite literally, my motivation is just money. Finally, at 30, I'm to the point where I just want to make lots of money more than the work feels uncomfortable. It's taken me a lot longer to get there than other people, I think, but we finally made it. Did I get all of this? There's like one more little string that's making things look fuzzy. There we go. Money's a good motivator. Yeah, that's been hard for me too. And then, you know, I chose to do like content related work in an Etsy shop where it is not one-to-one anyway. I really, you know, it's not an easy thing to connect the work to the money. Which is why I think I might like having a day job and doing this a little bit more. Cause it's like the day job, yeah, will take up free time and I won't like love it, but at least I'll have good money coming in rather than just like trickles of money. Like giving a classroom just there, not thinking about how I'm getting paid. Yeah. It's the same with me. Like I just love to be creative and like posting products is really fun and creating them is really fun. And so then like people buying them, if I don't see the people and I don't talk to the people, then it's hard to really connect that like that's their money that's going into my bank account. For sure. So I think I just need a higher reward for my work, to be honest. Like I think that's what my goal is with doing data analytics is just literally like more reward. Higher pay for the same amount of hours of work. And I think I will enjoy it once I get into it because the nice thing with data analytics is there are other rewards, as in like just like the professional work is rewarding in that you are figuring out how to solve people's problems. And then when you do solve their problems, you get to see them implement them and like see how it works out in real life, which I think sounds really interesting and fun. And I get to learn about new industries, which is also interesting. And convincing people to do things is something I'm very good at when I find a solution to a problem. So all of that, I think, will be good motivating factors. But doing schoolwork right now to get to that point has been a real challenge, especially this week. I'm just like, I think I've been in this house long enough to like, I feel like I need to finish unpacking stuff, especially in this office space. Like every time I come in here, I see like 10,000 things that I need to do that it makes it really hard to like actually want to sit and work. So that's what I did today is I was just like, well, I need to do schoolwork, but also this space is making my brain hurt. So I took time today and did that instead of working on schoolwork because I know that it'll make my brain happier later on. It's also hard where you're working at home. Yeah. Yeah, it is hard. The hardest thing is that I don't have enough distractions. I work better when I'm in a busier environment, ironically. I know that's hard for people to focus usually, but having other people's eyes on me helps me stay on task better. Like you sit me in a Starbucks for 6 hours, I will get so much done. Like so much. What is this music? But like sitting at home is just, I do get so distracted by little things to go do. Like I I don't have enough white noise. I don't have enough people to like really keep me focused, which is tricky. And there's just so many, like I said, there's so many other tasks to do all the time. Like going out to make food. I'm gonna eat these strawberries. Going out to make food is like, it's not like ordering Starbucks. They hand you the food and then you go and you sit and you eat. It's like, oh, well, I have 20 minutes for this to cook. Maybe I should like clean up this thing that I'm seeing right now. Or like, oh, the dishwasher is clean and no one emptied it. So like now I'm gonna empty it really fast. It's just like, it's so hard to like sit and focus. There's so many other things that pop up. But also it's like, it's so much cheaper to be at home eating food I make or leftovers than it is to sit in a Starbucks. So I feel like I'm less productive, but then also like I'm spending less money. So I feel like it all is a wash. I don't know, man. I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to work from home still with data analytics anyway. I'll just have, you know, a boss to help motivate me to keep going. That is true, Mary. It is a maze. Okay, folks, we're almost done with this first letter, finally. I really need to move faster on these. I just have not spent enough hours stitching. But I am already behind on my book goal for the year, so maybe it's good if I sit and listen to audiobooks and stitch more. I always set a goal to do one book a week, and I have not reached that goal any of my years of adulthood. I don't think. But it's always my goal. The problem is I like to read paper books too much and it makes it harder to do other things at the same time. So I need to like right now I'm reading Wind and Truth still because it's so massive. It's the slowest I've ever gone through a Brandon Sanderson book too. Like usually I fly through them, but I've just been so busy. I've only had like little bits of time to read. Like really sit and focus. But one thing that has helped is I don't bring my phone into our bedroom anymore. Like once I'm in bed, my phone is here in the office or it's over on Vincent's desk where I am not on it. So that has helped me get more reading done. But that book is still taking me forever to get through. So I need to like be listening to more audiobooks so I can keep up with my goals. I did finish one audiobook called Youth Juice. It reminded me a lot of like The Substance. Like this one, it's different, but this one is like weird beauty product made of quite literally the blood of young girls that like keeps them youthful. It's very QAnon-y, but it is a fun little horror book. That was my first book of the year. And then I'm reading Wind and Truth, and I'm also listening to Midnight Sun now because it's on Spotify. For a while I was learning needle binding. Oh, fun. Viking Age Yarn Craft is basically a really big needle with an eye. You still loop them themselves? That's so cool. I want to see. Did you post it in the Discord? I have not checked the Discord in like a week. I've been so busy. Yeah, I want to see. That sounds so interesting. I love needle crafts. It's been so fun to like take out my patterns that I finished and like frame them and have them on the wall. But man, is it just it's so slow going doing it that I really start to lose track of what I am doing. Also, if anyone else is watching, chime in at any time. I'm just hanging out. I just respond to whoever chats. So. And I always like to hear what people are working on. Everyone's always working on different things, which is so fun. We are doing homemade pizza tonight. My mom has a good pizza dough recipe, and I have a really good, like, quick homemade pizza sauce recipe that I love. So we make real good homemade pizza. And lately I've just been doing, like, a sheet pan pizza, so it's so quick because we just do, like, one big ball of dough and just smoosh it out into a pan and cook it. But But we have been doing pizza like every week, which has been great. It's a good way to like use extra vegetables. We've been doing that a lot. One of my favorite meals of the week. And usually I don't love things so consistently, but I have really loved having pizza consistently. So maybe that's a winner. Come back and take a picture. Sweet. Yeah, I'll look at it. I will pause and pull it up on my phone. That sounds really fun. I started watching the show Vikings. Speaking of Viking related things. I've kind of been like off and on. I can't decide if I love it, but it was after I finished Black Sails, which was a surprise new favorite show for sure. I really needed something else that was like that. Let's see. Cute, cute, cute. Those are so cool. They look almost braided, which is kind of fun. I love it. Cool, cool, cool. Love it. Okay, back to my pattern. That's cool. I kind of feel like I want to go figure out how to do it. Making crochet, yeah. I like learning new crafts, and I have so many supplies at this point that I can kind of do anything, which is really fun. What kind of like tools does it use? Does it use like knitting needles? Great, I have tons of wool. A lot of it's superwash, but I do have some just like pure wool. I actually have one in almost that same brown color that I got from this farm in Vermont, I think. Where you just pull up and they have their own hand-dyed yarns in a little barn. Cute little shop. And you just grab what you want and you Venmo. They weren't even there. It was so chill, but they were like a little sheep farm, which is so cute. I used it to make a hat for Vincent and I have leftovers. So I could do something with that. I have to use a needle with oh yeah, a needle with an eye. Break off pieces and then join them together. Cool, cool, cool. That sounds so interesting. I did finally learn how to do some different yarn joining techniques just for the purposes of breaking down those tank tops that I showed everyone last week. I did break them down. They are back in their original wool yarn, ready to be re-knitted into better versions of those tops. But I didn't want to have like a bunch of knots connecting all of the different like pieces of yarn that I had obviously had broken during the knitting process. So I figured out how to do a few different joins depending on the type of yarn that it was, which was kind of fun. And now I feel like I know so much. I'm very cool and very knowledgeable. I usually just used to tie knots. I was like a, I don't know, a Neanderthal with it. I 100% think joints are better than knots, but alas, I did not know. And mostly I just didn't bother to look it up. Last Sunday, I brought my cardigan project over to my mom's house so I could find some buttons, and she had so many. She just always has a good collection of buttons, but she had so many good ones that I ended up spending the entire night just organizing buttons. And I couldn't even pick ones that I wanted, so I brought home a bunch of them to decide later. I decided I would just decide later which buttons I would use because I could not make up my mind. There were too many cute ones. She had some really cool vintage ones that were like, that are neon, like pink and green. They're so fun. To mark off the stitches. Oh shoot. Oh no, we're good, we're good. Never mind. I thought I did it wrong, but I didn't. Wow, why did I break this off? I didn't even need to. I don't have any buttons, Mary. That's like this the really glaring thing that's missing of my stash of just craft supplies in general is buttons. So I think my mom's going to, it's called Highland Market. It's in Gilbert, but it's a fun antique place. Not really even selling antiques. It's just a place with lots of vendors. There are a lot of antiques there. That's where I got my cool little like sewing thing. It's literally right there, but you can't see it. I use it to store yarn. And I also found some like vintage teacups that are part of sets that I really like, and already had. So I have good luck there, but maybe I'll look for buttons tomorrow. If I find a big jar of buttons for sale, I might buy them. Because buttons are very fun. And I feel like it's so much more fun. And also it ends up being cheaper to have like a big stash of like old ones, vintagey ones, than buying them like one at a time for projects. I just feel like it's way more economical to just buy the jar, have the random ones. I really like the mismatch. I'm kind of a maximalist, so I like the mismatched kind of a look anyway. And I really like knitting outerwear. Like, it takes more yarn, but it's really fun. And I think the next cardigan I'm going to do is just going to be like a stash buster situation with all of my fingering weight yarns that I have left over from all my different socks that I've knitted. And then I can do like, just like random sections of color as I go. And it's held together with a mohair. So I just grabbed all one color of like a mohair. I just ordered it. It's on its way. To kind of like unify everything on the actual project. But yeah, I think that will be fun. And that one will be great for like some mismatched buttons, I think. So you can do fun projects like that too. And then the buttons are really useful. I really need to go through my clothes too. I just have so many, like I'm kind of overwhelmed by it, and I have a hard time finding like what to wear every day. And I want to make more stuff that's knitted. So I need to go through my closet and like get rid of stuff that really I'm never going to wear. There's some stuff that like, I have a hard time with it because I have lost 20-ish, 25 even maybe pounds in the last like 6 months, just between surfing and then getting sick. And so now like a lot of the clothes that I could wear in New York that I haven't been able to wear in a few years, I can wear again. And now all the clothes that I've worn most of the last 2 years of van life, don't fit me anymore. So I have like 2 different sets of wardrobes almost in my closet, like that are different sizes. So I need to like really try everything on and like see what fits and what doesn't. And like, I don't think I want to get rid of the stuff that doesn't fit if I like it. I just need to like not have it taking up space at like the front of my closet. That's like a lot of work. I really hate trying on clothes. Mary, that's excellent. You're gonna finish this way before I do. Maybe I should take product pictures of your project instead of trying to finish mine. You will have to post a picture on the Etsy listing as a review picture because hardly anyone does, and I love seeing people's finished objects. I think it's the funnest part of selling patterns. Seeing what people make. Oh no. Is it gonna be enough space? I did the same thing. Oh, you weren't here last week. This, I actually had to start over get a whole new piece of Ida because I forgot that what I had was a 14 count and I accidentally cut it to like the good size for an 18 count. So it was way too small. So I had to quite literally just start over, rip it all out, get a new piece of Ida and start over from the one that I had started like, you know, in November. So that was a big fat bummer. Also, thanks, Mary. Appreciate it. Oh, no. Yeah, what is it about this pattern that's hard for us to get right? That's so funny that both of us messed it up. What is this music? Am I in a superhero movie? Is it bad that I don't hate it? Yeah, I need to take more pictures too. I was kind of waiting. Once we decided to move into an apartment, I was kind of waiting until I had an apartment to just like make a space to take photos, but it's been months now. We moved in December 3rd, so it's been a month and a half, and I still don't actually have a spot anywhere in this room to take pictures, so I just need to like make one. Ugh, I cannot tie this off. Because I ended on diagonal stitches, so there's no good stitches to stick this needle under, and it's too much on the side. And I have nails, which makes it 5 times harder. Okay, now we are at a rave. This is fun. Oh, let me turn it up. It's really hard to tell on my end. It looks like it's about the right decibels, but there, let me know if that's too quiet or too loud. You can tell me if it sounds like a rave now or not. Okay. It is also just one of those kinds of songs. Let me see. Huh. That's so weird. Because it's just capturing it straight from my Mac. So it should be whatever I hear. Do I sound normal to you? Because if I sound normal, then this should sound normal too. Weird. Like, it is. Yeah, so weird. Well. What about that? Does that make a difference? I'm just playing with it now. I think... I don't know who else is on. You're the only one talking, so you get my undivided attention. You know what? I'm actually gonna do the white first, because it's so much easier to start with white. We'll see. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off soon also. Last week there were a ton of people on, but tonight's been quieter, which is fine. If I finish early, I can go make food earlier. And I still have so many threads to figure out because I got like so many from that thrift store that I went to yesterday. I literally got someone's like entire floss collection, and it's at least like 40 or 50 different colors. A lot of them I already have because they're just the more popular, the ones that more patterns use. But there's a few that aren't that I need to sit and sort out. Let's see. And Vince and I are trying to get to bed earlier also. So we're doing like lights out at 10, which is so early for me. I'm glad to do it. It feels good to get to bed a little bit earlier, but it is just weird for me. 10 still feels early. Yeah, I ran out of space. I had to buy some more at the thrift store also. I got like smaller containers to put the extra bobbins and all of the... I have so much duplicate thread because a lot of it is like already planned for projects. So I have like the amount that I need for the project and then whatever else I've collected like from this random person who gave away all their thread. So I have a lot of like duplicates and I just like to keep like 1 to 2 skeins on my bobbins at a time. So I needed more space to store all the extra stuff. And then I actually probably will need a third like floss organizing bin situation whenever I fill up these ones, which they are not far off from being filled up. You go, girl. I love it. It's fun. The nice thing is that like as long as you're actually stitching things, then it's not a waste of money or anything. Like it'll get used, and if you get it free or on sale or at the thrift store or whatever, then you end up saving a lot of money. Because like that's what makes projects expensive, is having to buy all the thread at the same time that you're buying like the cloth and the frames or the hoops or whatever. Like it's so nice if you already have it on hand, I think. So I support it. That's girl math for you. That's how I justify it. As a now semi-professional cross-stitcher, I guess, I have a reason to have all of them, which is fine by me. Any excuse to be collecting more things. I love collecting things. And floss colors are a great little collection to have. So I'm into it. See? It's fine. You're actually saving money. I only have about 250 colors of like the 500 something. I used to only buy them when I was doing a project because I've always traveled a lot, so I didn't have room for so many. It's just been like the last year where I've really just started buying them as I see them. I do have my Notion floss organizer that I have for sale in my Etsy shop that has come in clutch because I didn't used to have to keep track of them, and now there's enough where like I really, especially because I have so many duplicates, like I need to know how much I have before I buy any more. So that has really helped, is keeping it a little bit more organized. This is the last one. 418! See, you're so close to having, like, literally all of them. I'll have to look at mine later and see once I finish getting all of this new stuff integrated. Right now, like, the whole living room is a mess. I'm probably gonna have to bring it into here, too, because Vincent said he's gonna play Helldivers with my brother and brother-in-law, which means that he's gonna be in the living room, so now I'm probably gonna have to move into this room. Yeah, it is. I have room right here. It's hard to see. Let's see if I move it closer. Tell me if I'm right. I think I am. I have like one row space right there. I got nervous too. I've checked it like 5 times. White just like doesn't pick up very well on the camera either. Like white and black is just really hard for the camera. It's too contrasty, so the camera doesn't know where to set the white balance. Or not the white balance, the ISO. But it struggles a little bit more with this particular pattern. And my thread keeps getting so twisty. I will say, I almost want to do like a YouTube video or something. We are already saving so much money just on life stuff, living in an apartment versus the van. And I knew that that would be the biggest cost of the van, is just all the little like consumables that you have to buy in smaller quantities. But man, does it make a difference. Like it is so nice being able to just buy like a box of Costco cans or whatever anytime we need anything. And then you just have it. Like usually our grocery trips would be like $40 or $50, but we were doing them like at least 3 times a week in the van for what, like just stuff that we needed for cooking for the week, along with, you know, stuff like toilet paper and like wipes and stuff that you have to get like literally just like 4 or 6 at a time. And this time around, like we've already stocked up on everything at Costco, so we're like good for the next several months. And we're doing meal planning and we're cooking at home like most nights this week. And we only spent $40 at the grocery store this week. I was like shocked, because that is so much cheaper than it would usually be for a week's worth of groceries. We just have so much on hand, and like I can finally buy things in bulk, which even like I've actually never been able to do because we've never really had a car. I know that I say that. It's ironic to say that because we lived in a van, but we didn't have like a car and a house at the same time. So we've never really been able to like stock up. New York, we had to like only get what we could carry. France, we could only get what we could carry. And France doesn't do bulk the same way anyway. So we've just never really been able to do that, like our whole entire life together. So I am very happy because it feels like we're saving money already. We're still spending a lot more money getting into our apartment, but we're at the tail end of having to buy things, I think. We've purchased most of the things that we need for a home. We had to get there's like little things, like we had to get a toilet plunger because it's Vincent's fault. The toilet in the master bedroom got clogged. And we did not have a toilet plunger. So we had to buy one. There's like little stuff like that like keeps popping up that we won't have to keep spending money on, which is nice. But we're at almost the end of it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, where's this hole? There it is. Okay, I'm gonna finish this thread of white, and then I will probably sign off for the evening. Finish a little bit earlier than I did last week. Because last week was a very long night. It was fun. I loved it. I loved chatting with everyone. But it was tiring. And I do have other things I must do. See how long it takes me to get through this white thread is the real question. It'll probably take me longer than I think. But that's okay. What else do I need to do tonight? I need to finish getting that thread put away so it's not just like out in the rolling around in the house. I get so nervous about the cats eating it because Earl will do that. We need to make food. Pizza dough's rising currently. And then I wanted to keep organizing around in here. Oh, and I got my shoe rack so I can put my shoes up. Yes, my love?
I'm back. Just wanted to tell you. I'm just going to start.
Excellent. I'm going to be off soon. Okay, I love you. Time is it? It is 6:13 p.m. So it is just getting to be dinner time. I've been trying to start these around 4 o'clock. So that I can finish earlier because finishing at 10 o'clock at night was hard. And I feel like a lot of people who are here regularly, like you, Mary, are ahead of me by at least a few time zones. So, and now that I don't have to wait for Vincent to be done teaching to do it, I can start my streams whenever I want, which is so nice. Oh yeah, I always forget you're like an extra half hour. That's so crazy. Does it make it hard to like keep track of time, like when you're dealing with other time zones? Because you must deal with other time zones quite a bit, I would imagine. We do all the time here in the US. For like, especially like when stuff is airing for TV or like whatever. Instinctive, that's good. I think I always struggle because Arizona is one of the only I think maybe the only state that doesn't do daylight savings. And actually the Navajo Nation in Arizona does do daylight savings. So like parts of Arizona do daylight savings and parts don't. It's very confusing. The reservations do essentially. But so like half the year we're 2 hours behind New York, in the same as Utah. And then half the year we're 3 hours behind New York, the same as California. It gets very confusing in Arizona because you have to think about which time of year it is to figure out if you're 2 or 3 hours different. Which also isn't super fun for Vincent because he's usually on East Coast time for teaching. And that means that like sometimes he has to be teaching at 7 a.m. It's so early to be, you know, chipper and teaching people how to speak French. And that also means that I have to be out of the bedroom, which means I have to be up at 7. So, want. It'll change in April, I think. So for the rest of the summer, it'll be so early. That is one reason I want to get on a different, like an earlier routine, just so that it doesn't feel so brutal when everyone else does the switch and we don't. Let's see. I think this is correct. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Mary, are a lot of people in your area really online? Because I know so many people from the Newfoundland area, and obviously I know all of them from just being online. Like they're just like in all the different spaces. I find people from your space, which is like your physical space, which is so crazy. I was wondering, is that how, like, is everyone kind of like more tuned in? Or is it just a weird coincidence that I've met so many people online from, what's her name? A couple of the main ones are, I know from one of the Minecraft servers I play on. Her name is Elfish Set on Minecraft, but it's Deirdre in real life. And she has a sister also that lives really close to her. They both live there. And then there's a few others that I've met over the years from different like Discord servers and stuff that I don't know their real names. Deirdre is the only one whose name I actually know. Because we're like friends on Instagram. Don't need Deirdre's. That's fine. She is very like a chronically online type also, so I'm sure she's a little bit. I feel like she might be a little bit of like a loner in person. Yeah, that's not too bad. I do feel like I have a skewed perspective on that because of being raised Mormon. Like in the church, you just meet so many like people in your area because it's set up so that like churches particularly, like you have to go to your local congregation, like you're assigned a ward. You don't get to choose where to go, which means that you automatically get to know people like in your neighborhood and in your area when you go to church because everyone's from the same kind of like district zone. And then you also like It's a lot less now because there's so many people that have left, but traditionally Mormonism is very, very time heavy. Like you spend a lot of time doing all kinds of activities. Like we would have 3 hours of church on Sunday. We had seminary and institute like 5 days a week all through junior high, high school. And it's big enough here that we would actually just have like a release hour during the school day to walk over to go to those religious classes. So like you just like you really, and then also we had Wednesday night like mutual like kid like young adult activities, youth activities. And then we'd have like ward parties for all the holidays, and we'd have like monthly like stake activities, like the bigger area. They're kind of like wards, and then stakes are made up of wards. So like we'd have like bigger stake activities too. And then we had girls camp for a week every summer. We just had a lot, like all the time going on. So we spent so much time with people our age that were Mormon. And then this area in Mesa where I grew up was really heavily Mormon. So I just like, I know someone in almost every neighborhood, almost every corner of this whole very large town with like 400,000 people in it. I know so many people from all parts of it, just from different places that we've lived in the valley. But like, that doesn't mean like, I don't know a lot of people who aren't Mormon or weren't Mormon. Like there's a lot of people who've also left like me. They're like the only friends that I have here actually really have also left. But that's how I know them, is from like school and church, and mostly because we all had all those extra classes together. So I think I have a skewed perspective on like knowing people in a large town, because actually Mesa's a city. It's not even a town. It's a really big city, but I do know so many people from all the time we've spent together. But I know that like not everyone is like that, and like actually at other places I've lived, and now that I don't go to church, it doesn't happen to me like that either anymore. It's just like a being very socially involved thing, and I actually am not that social. I would rather be home most of the time. So, now that I don't have to be out there doing things with people, I don't. Generally. Let's see. We're so close. We're so close to the end of this. I'm actually surprised I made it. I thought it might take too long and I would give up halfway through, but here we are. We did it. I only have a few more stitches too. That's perfect. I think I have 2 more. We made good progress. Yeah. So close. One more stitch. We did it! Okay. Alright, folks. This is where I leave you. Gotta go make pizza. Let me just tie this off really fast so I don't forget what I'm doing, because I will forget what I'm doing. Good night, Mary. Have a good one. Thanks for chatting. I love chatting with you. Chatting, literally. 2 different kinds of chatting happening at once. Let's switch it over. Okay, friends. I'm signing off. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out. This will be live for replay for however long. So I'll have you watching later. Also, have a good night. Okay, bye!